today we're going to talk about wire fraud. Denise, do you want to go tell us a little bit? You want to tell us a little bit before we get started?
No, dale, go ahead.
A la final.
A la final, yeah.
A la final. Denise is going to go after, so she's going to wow us after. Okay, so my name is Jenny Estevez. I represent Magnolia Title. And what makes us different is the ability to have the experienced team that's going to guide you through the transaction. And we just came up with a new name for us. We are no longer providing good service. We are managing emotions. Todos los de mi equipo ya no estamos proveyendo servicios, sino que ahora estamos ayudando a la gente que maneje sus emociones, porque vamos a ser real. Todas las transacciones, sean que incluyen posiblemente fraude o no, incluyen muchas emociones. Entonces mi equipo y nosotros estamos haciendo un training para ayudar a que tu cliente entre y tenga una experiencia positiva. Tengo algunos que cerraron aquí recién conmigo. ¿Cómo fue con su cliente? ¿Los trataron bien? ¿Los llevaron de la mano con sus clientes? So I'm asking how the experience was. Ravi, you've got a new file with us. How are things going over there? Are they managing your clients?
Aren't they the ones that chose it before?
Yes. So we're here to help you guys manage your emotions. So if there's anything going on in the transaction that you need help with, we're more than title experts. We're going to help you. So, if there's an escrow problem, call us first. Don't let your stress go to your client, or even sometimes you're upset, happy, call us. We're your partner. Call me first. And then when they come in, they're just wowed. And the reason for that at Magnolia Title, why we want to do that, we know that if your client is happy and there's no fraud, they're going to come back. So we want them to continue coming back to who? To Property Outlet, because we know that I have a relationship now with every single one of you sitting here. I would rather them close with you, because that means more closings for who? For my team. And we're located in Tampa, Bradenton, Sarasota, Winter Garden, and right here in St. Cloud. Preguntas? We're going to dive right in. Perfect. So why are we talking about wire fraud? For those of you who are on the laptop, you can see a lot better. For those of you who are here, ¿por qué estamos hablando del fraude? Esto viene del estado de la Florida. 4 men arrested in transitional wire fraud and identity theft conspiracy in Tampa, my friends. In Tampa. So había un reclamo que un hombre de Nigeria, United Kingdom, estaban cometiendo fraude. They were doing wire fraud. And these people are right here in Tampa, November 30th, 2022. So this was 6 months ago. And they're also convicted now for a maximum of how many years? Can anybody see that? 20 years. 20 years in jail because they decided, you know what, we're going to take the shortcut and cause wire fraud. So why else are we talking about it?
20 years?
20 years each one. 20 years each count. So why are we talking about it? The FBI says fraudsters use fake emails to fool a settlement company, title company, into wiring them proceeds. How much did this company lose? $411,000. Now the next one, listen to this one. A judge in New York, una jueza. We're talking, these people deal with fraud. They're at the highest level of our hierarchy in the United States. How much did that judge lose? Mira, siempre que hago esta presentación se me salen los escalofríos. $1 million. A judge who sees this every day had wire fraud. And I'm going to show you guys how easy it is and how we're going to protect you in just a minute. Last one. Home buyers sued the title company for the money lost, but also close to $5 million for violation. Title company denies to do anything with the money gone missing. How much money? 1.5. Pop quiz. Los que estén online, los que estemos viéndolo en replay. Si hay un caso de fraude y la compañía de título envió el wire. Hi, beautiful. Adelaida came in looking so good. If there's, you stopped me. I'm like, wow. Si hay un caso de fraude y la compañía de título envía el dinero. So if there's fraud, right, but the title company did their due diligence and did indeed send the instructions correctly, right? Mm-hmm. Who's liable? So your client, let's say, closed that ABC title, and the title company doesn't get the money. And they go, but we sent it. We sent it to your client. Your client's like, I don't have the money. It left the bank. And then the client goes, you know what? It's gone. Who gets sued? Do you know? Andrea's like, the realtors.
¿El realtor?
Don't fear. I'm here, okay? Voy a pasar un papelito.
Yo digo, realmente el realtor, el broker,
El realtor y
el
posiblemente
mortgage
el broker.
van a demandar a todos a la vez.
Okay.
Para que si
Por
fuera-
eso, oye, everybody's going
No
crazy.
se asusten.
But we're not here to get you scared.
Si a mí me demandan,
We're here.
yo me demando a la-
We want you to be aware, and we want you to protect your client. So the best way that I know how to do that is to explain the implications. If you don't understand that you can have $1 million wire fraud to you, you're not gonna care about that, right? Because you think somebody else is gonna take it. There's insurance. Hay seguro para eso. Unfortunately, if something is done incorrectly, the judge, they have a checklist que van a mirar. I'm gonna help you. We're gonna go through it. And if you don't do the things like showing up today is the first step. If you can tell the judge, look, I care so much about my clients that I attended, sí, por favor, that I attended a class on wire fraud on this day. I care. I'm doing whatever I can. Then the judge will say, you know what? Let's open el juicio. Let's show the evidence. And then they'll probably favor you versus not showing up. So the first key to success, I always say, is to show up. Congratulations, you did it. Voy a pasar este papelito. Yo sé que lo han visto diferentes versiones, but I want you to look at it and really pause. The number one way to prevent fraud that I recommend, so the number one way to prevent fraud is to pause. We're in a fast environment. We want to close. I know how hard it is when you've been working so hard on your contract. It gets extended. Now your paycheck is not there. I get it. I don't get paid either. Denise doesn't get paid either. All of us are in the same boat. But what I have noticed is that when I pause, less mistakes are made. So if we can just teach our client, listen, on the day of escrow, en el día del escrow, ese día, por favor, no me hagas citas después de tal hora. Vamos a ir al banco, efectivamente, vamos a tomar el tiempo, vas a llamar a la compañía de título. I'm going to pass this around. Y vamos a pausar. Porque, ¿qué pasa?
You want me to make copies of that?
Oh, no, I'll email it to you guys. Lo que pasa es, tu cliente está en una experiencia. Y si tú pones la parte más esencial, que es el dinero, and you skip this part and you go really fast through the money, not only are you putting them at risk, but you're also telling your client, the money doesn't matter. Hurry. Escrow now. Versus letting them know, you know what, congratulations, Ravi. This is your life earnings. And to protect that, I'm going to send you this flyer. I'm going to send it to all of you. The title company wants you to read it first. Then I'm going to call you back. And before you go to the bank, here is the title company. When you get that email, make sure it matches. And what I really recommend, if you're on replay maybe, let me admit somebody, Laura Zambrano. If you're watching this in replay, si lo estás viendo después de la clase, lo que les recomiendo, les urjo, cuando tengan ese listing appointment y van a entregar, por ejemplo, el contrato, lleven mi tarjetita, lleven el info de la escrow officer, yo se los puedo enviar, les puedo imprimir más, and let them know only this email is going to be emailing you. Anything else? And ask them to pause. So we're going to go through that in a minute. Questions? Comments? Scammers use computers, technical support to impersonate and target victims. So, esto lo vemos siempre, right? Este email decía service renewal from, pest control, right? A lot of our homeowners have pest control. Aquí está el renewal. ¿Y qué hace el cliente? Si es como mi mamá, que mi mamá abre de todo. My mom is old school. She's opening everybody's texts. Pobrecita, don't send her the wrong video because she'll show the world. She will. She'll open it. She's like, ay, ¿qué me apareció? Y yo, mami, deja darle clic por ahí, mija, porque hay problema contigo. What happens is you see that, oh, I have that pest control company. Let me just open the attachment and read it.
Yeah.
So if you don't tell me you're sending me a contract, I don't open the attachments. That's our rule inside of the office. We had a deal last week. Nellie was not able to open the email because that's how we protect you. The realtor was somebody we've never worked with in the past. So we weren't even told, hey, we have a file coming your way. We didn't know anything. So we ignored it. We believe it was fraud. You know, if it's Denise Caravaggio at Gmail and I don't know Denise, and it's just a contract, sin ninguna otra información, your cell phone, nothing, we had to pass it off as fraud. Some other examples, potential fraud schemes target individual for student loan forgiveness. So, la gente que tiene los student loans recibe un email del government y no se crean, esos emails son buenos. Se parecen igual a los que tiene en el gobierno. So you can see was with people who had income between 125,000 and 250,000, gente inteligente, gente que ya está grabada, they're targeting them. So does wire fraud have a face? Does it discriminate? Ellos van por los que puedan. The IRS está dando una alerta. Cada día, si tú vas a este website, tú puedes ver las alertas diarias. Ellos están diciendo que hay para el tax relief disaster, cuando hay huracanes, when there's a hurricane, that's another time they're targeting for wire fraud. Not just hurricane fraud and property damage fraud, but wire fraud. And you're a realtor, so guess who they're targeting? They're going to target you. Hey, we have $303,000, your client available for some aid that we're offering. So here we go. This is the number of fraud cases. You can barely see it, right? But if we look at New York has 17,000. California has 41,000. How many does Florida have? 21,000. Guys, estamos cometiendo más fraude aquí en este estado que en New York. Esto es en serio, esto es algo que hay que proteger a tus clientes. Ahora, las víctimas, ¿cuánto dinero se ha movido? 110 millones anualmente. Y ese número sigue creciendo. Entonces dice, el FBI director mandó este statement. There are only two types of companies in the world. Those who have been hacked and those who will be hacked. Even that is merging into one category. Those who have been hacked y los que se van a hacer hacking de nuevo. We're going to admit Ana. ¿Preguntas? Ahí vamos, suena como una alarma. Hola Ana. Vamos a hacer esto, vamos a ir todos, voy a darle skip aquí. No, discúlpame. Vamos a hacerle skip ahí porque esa es una encuesta que vamos a hacer y vamos a hablar un poco de los términos, ¿ok? Esto lo vamos a hacer tipo Bad Bunny. ¿Quién le gusta el rap? Okay, so you guys are going to make fun of me. We're going to rap a little bit. Social engineering. Who can tell me what social engineering is? Psychological manipulation. So, yo te digo algo por email, por texto, y te estoy manipulando para que tú me hagas algo. Social engineering. Okay. Eso es el término. So, puede ser para un fraude, lo que sea. El momento que yo te manipule, eso se llama social engineering, porque es una cosa social. So, ahí vamos, social engineering. Vamos a hablar de spoofing, phishing, spear phishing, clone phishing, farming, phishing, smishing. Sigo con los ishings. Spoofing. Esta es la parte de la clase que quiero que todos pongan atención. Hola, Arelis. There's breakfast here, mommy. You look beautiful. Para los que están en la clase virtualmente or on playback, this is the most important part of the class. This is where I want all of us to pay attention. Check out this email. I'm going to zoom it in if I can. Okay? This is spoofing. Email that is masked in attempt to trick the person. So, if you look here, look who it's coming from. LinkedIn email. But in yellow, what does it say? LinkedIn.example. That's not LinkedIn. We know LinkedIn is linkedin.com. But I can go on GoDaddy today and I can create an andreaagosto.com. Right? So if Andrea has a big company, which they do, property outlet, I can create a property outlet. Oh, they already own it. Now I can't create an email because they own it. That's one layer of protection. Who here has an email that's Gmail, Hotmail? Que levante la mano. Okay, that's your first layer of protection. If there's anything that I can teach you today, is to go create an email with your own domain name. That's a huge layer of protection. Because I can go today. Who wants to throw me out their email? What's their email? Me. Dale.
DG Carvalho at DR Horton.
Hers is good. Because now I have to own DR Horton so I can make DG Caravaggio. Now there's clients who won't look and who will overlook that and just see the DG Caravaggio. Let me click it. But that's why I said the number one fraud protection is what? Pause. She gets a prize. Your number one fraud protection will be just a pause. If your client is not rushing to the bank, how we said, they're going to notice. And if you tell them and you give them that flyer that we passed around that I will email to you all, they're going to remember, you know what? Denise told me there's a lot of fraud happening. Busquemos bien ese finalizar. Now, some of them are very smart. And you have to click over the email. Did you know that? So, si alguien te manda un email, hay veces aquí va a decir LinkedIn email, ¿ves? Pero si hacemos como, don't click it, never click, pero si tocas el mouse encima, va a aparecer esto, linkedin.example. Does that make sense? Questions, comments, dudas?
Yo.
Sí.
Es del inglés, pero no entendí qué significa post. Ahora cuando estás en este
Pausa.
proceso.
Pausa.
Pausar, pensar, analizar. Ya.
Y es algo que pensamos obvio, ¿verdad? Pero es algo que realmente no lo hacemos. Porque yo entiendo, están en showings. Tengo que someter esta oferta ahora. Tienes que ir al banco ahora.
No solo es que no lo piensas, es que tú maybe le das ahí lo lees, pero es que nosotros el cerebro está como para ver las dos primeras letras y ya tú asumes que el resto está allí.
Exacto. So, en vez de asumir, ya sabemos, hay otro layer de protección, que es pausar.
Y ellos lo saben también.
Sí,
Por eso es que lo
hacen.
hacen.
Con eso.
Como dijo el jefe, ese es el social engineering. Ya él sabe la palabra escalable, o sea, a José no le coja a nadie porque él sabe lo de IT. Y eso está cambiando diario. El próximo, phishing. Ustedes han visto el phishing. El phishing es seguro lo que ustedes pensaban que esta clase se iba a hacer. Que, me van a mandar un email de Amazon, obviamente no le voy a dar clic, PayPal, etcétera, etcétera. Esto yo lo llamo como en los tiempos de AOL.com. Eso ya está final. Esto ya toda la gente lo entiende, ¿verdad?
No.
Bueno, todos menos mi mamá.
Yeah. Actually, Sue, she got caught on that one. On Christmas time, en el tiempo de Navidad, le mandaron un email. Mira, el paquete no llega, envíame $3 para que te llegue porque tratamos 3 veces y no estaba. Y ella puso la tarjeta y le quitaron un montón de dinero. So it does
Aquí.
work in Christmas time.
No, ahorita también porque yo.
No fue PayPal, fue
mandaron más
el correo, UPS, USPS.
O sea, si podemos darle pausa, pasa con todas las compañías, vamos a ser claros. Porque lo que pasa es que esta gente ya, they already hacked into your email. So they already saw you ordered something from Amazon. So what am I going to do? Hey, verify, click here. Here's what I recommend. Pause.
Yes.
Number 1 is,
Pause.
and then number 2, go to the company website. Vete tú a buscarlos a ellos. Okay?
O engancha y llama para atrás.
Exacto. Same thing. We're going to get there. Vamos a hablar de AI fraud. Stay on till the end. What I
Yes,
have for
it's
AI is going to be good. So just pause when it comes to everything and don't click. Just don't click. Leave the email, delete it, porque hay veces you forget about the email y pasa una semana y por accidente, sí, yo le mandé un DM a una persona equivocadamente esa semana, así que lo entiendo, pasa. Ahí pueden ver diferentes escenarios, Amazon, IRS, no voy a cogerles el tiempo, ¿ok? Pero sí quiero dar esto. Este es otro email, ¿verdad? Pero dice, your account has exceeded storage limit. It will not be able to send emails if exceeded its limit. So, cuando ustedes vean por email que hay una urgencia, when you see a sense of urgency on an email or a text, that's a red flag. Eso es pause. If a title company says, send your wire now, we're closing in 1 hour, pause. hay algo raro. We don't do business like that. You know that. You're a realtor. When you send the contract, the realtor might tell you on the phone, you know, we're accepting best by this time, you know, have it as soon as possible. But they will never call you and say, you know what, Kathy? We're accepting offers in the next 5 minutes, send it right now. Wait a minute. Something's off, okay? I love that example, by the way. Gracias por compartir. And that's why we're here, because esta gente, they're so smart. They're like in Russia and China and the US, they're everywhere. There's no discrimination. But they're so much smarter than we are because they do this for a living. While you're looking at houses and becoming the realtor expert, they're becoming the fraud expert. Spear phishing, okay, is an email electronic that scams somebody specifically.